Hi there, this is Mia Aygün and welcome back to my Data and Product Summer School. Today we're going to discuss a little bit about the product development, about product roadmap development, and it's about how to plan, prioritize, and communicate it correctly. So we're going to learn about the roadmap fundamentals, the frameworks and formats, prioritization, and about the communication needs. So, what the product roadmap is, it's a strategic communication artifact that links the product vision to the work of the team to pursue the next levels. And it's about asking the questions why, what, when, who. So when we're asking about the why, it's about the team alignment with around their job documents, task documents. The what would be about the different features listing the themes and initiatives. When it's about having this timeline horizons, and the who is going to be about bridging different strategy and execution. So roadmap have a specific have specific statistics. So it allows you to drive some metrics. So, for instance, if the teams are misaligned, it's not about the bad idea, but it's about having the wrong roadmap, and it enables to have the faster prioritizations. And of course, it makes the teams it enables the team to get the shared roadmap and ability to ship the product. The speed goes faster, right? So it goes on the faster mode. So let's see the differences between the roadmap, product backlog, and the release plan. All these three concepts have their different types, different horizons, and what exactly it contains. So, for instance, the roadmaps is something that carries a strategic meaning, right? So the horizons would be like a longer, from 6 to 18 months, and it contains different themes and outcomes. The release plan is going to be more like about tactical, meaning that the horizon is shorter, from 1 month to 3 months, and it contains the scope deliverables. The backlogs is going to be is carrying the operational notes and the horizon around 1 for week, and it's going to contain stories and tasks. The formats would be the time based. So there are like four ways to structure the roadmap. And it's the first would be about the timelines, like now, next, later, what's going to carry behind. It's a horizon based and honest about uncertainty. The theme based is going to be organized around customer problems. The timeline, the Gantt, it's always about being data driven, and the yeast about the goals, ideas, steps, and tasks, and it carries the continuous process. So, so the time horizons, it's when the confidence decreases over the time, and that's the main thing is the rules that makes committed to outcomes and not dates. So the horizon actually should be able to describe the direction. So the inputs of the roadmaps are different, right? So it's going to be about the research strategy, the vision, the technical stack, right? Having the right strategy for the implementation. And also the downside side would be about having some constraint and some negative feedback, but it all gets connected to the roadmap. So, how do we have this hierarchy? It's about stepping from the feature to the vision, but meanwhile, you have to pass through specific levels. It goes from features, initiatives, themes, strategy, and the vision. So, it all comes to the mindset, having the product mindset, right? And we need to know that it's about the outcomes over the inputs. So if we say, for instance, the outcomes would be about the goals and aligning goals and featuring the problems, and the inputs would be about the dates and the features of the product. So the prioritization would be about scoring and following different frameworks. The frameworks would be RISE, MASCO, and Kano. So the RISE framework would be about how you build the reaching impact, confidence, and efforts. And the must go about what should be done, must, could, won't, answering those questions, and count would be about the basic and performance and delight. And as the graph shows, there are different levels and with different scores. So that's how the prioritization metrics or the graph would look like by using different frameworks. So the timeline, of course, would be different, right? So it can be quarter based or 2 quarters, and it, depending on the rhythm and the product complication, it can be different. So every stage, every rhythm would be taking different time and different quarters. But again, that's approximation. So the stakeholders would be different, right? And there can be engineering team, executives, C-suite, customer support, and when the roadmap would be touching upon the many audiences, right? It's not only about many parties, not only about one. And as the pie chart shows, how it's the stakeholders would be approximately split, which portion would be taking the most. And in our case, the graph shows that the most split would be about the executives and the sales. So the communications are divided in the internal and external roadmaps. Yeah. So you need to make sure that both are working well, because effective communication would be the key into the effective implementation of the product development and of creating the entire roadmap. So you need to know that you need to follow the communication, build the communication with owners, building with be able to communicate the initiatives, and that would be happening weekly, monthly. And the external would be again about communicating the results or being able to communicate with users while the gatherings, right, and then presenting the customer outcomes. And it can be updated based on the quarters. So the main things that we should eliminate, that we should not get trapped into, right? So the main things that you need to be aware that that for instance treating the roadmap as a wishes of features, which is not, of course. So you should not be promising the dates which you cannot align with. So and also the not always the you need to have this prioritization rubric in order to be successful, and the roadmap should be clearly articulated and should be clearly communicated so that you have everything shared, right? It doesn't have to exist only in PM's mind. Everything should be shared. It needs to be clearly communicated. And of course, you need to have this learning outcome. So every step, every little detail in the process, it makes you learn and it makes you grow. So make sure that you avoid those 5 traps, and good luck with building up your roadmap. So the metrics would be again, what are the things to measure during, creating the roadmaps to make sure that it's working. These are the main concepts or the trait that you need to measure. It's about predictability, the impact, the stakeholder trust, team focus, and how strategically it's being fit. And as we see there, like all 5 concepts are being in them implemented during the product roadmap, creating product roadmap. And the recap, the main things are about the outcomes, right? So we have to communicate the strategy. We need to have this time horizons. We need to have the prioritization with specific rubrics, tailoring to the audience, and then revisit, being able to revisit and update as we learn and grow. So thank you very much for your attention. It was my pleasure to share this short reel about product roadmap. Feel free to get connected and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. Have a good one. Bye bye.